What up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side. We're reviewing Mega Man World 4 for the Game Boy. Alright, I just got done playing it. Let's get into it. We have a cutscene. I'm just gonna let it play out before I get into the video. Are you serious? Really? Just interrupted the cutscene. You gotta be kidding me. Wow, dude, that is insane. There's Ballade, the next Mega Man killer. You don't have to guess who it is. You just know now because they tell you in the cutscene. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff for the Game Boy. So, before the gameplay even starts, we're introduced to Dr. Light's item shop. And we have a new currency, they're called the P-Chips. You can trade them in for items like 1-ups, E-tanks, weapon tanks, and super tanks. And you can trade in the energy balancer, which whenever you pick up ammo, it refills the lowest weapon. And then another new thing that we're introduced to right off the bat is this level select screen, and it gives you some idea of where you're going. You're going to this like water base, right? And then Ringman has this weird space tower, and then Pharaoh Man we're going to the pyramids, and then Bright Man, we're going somewhere I forgot. I don't know. So, another new thing that you're gonna see is the Mega Buster. It's stronger now, but it has knockback. Very light knockback, but why? We had a good enough charge shot in the last game. Why do we need knockback? I could be shooting something midair and I'll fall to my death because I don't make it to the platform because of the knockback. I mean, seriously. And then, for some reason, we have lag, like Mega Man 3, but not as bad. In the original Mega Man 3 for the NES, the lag was bad at some points, but in this game, I don't know how we have lag. Right there. It just lags for like 2 seconds. And that's happening like constantly. Some other new things that was brought to the table was alternate pathways during stages. So some parts are shorter and some parts are longer depending on which pathway you take. Also, some new things are these letters that you have to collect. B-E-A-T, which spells beat. Alright? And I never have to use beat. Like, beat is never applicable, ever. You never have to use them. But it's cool to get them at least. Now you have to collect the letters W-I-L-Y, which spell Wily, in order to get to the Wily levels. I can't agree with that choice. I really can't. Like, I'm not playing Super Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy, where I have to collect the 6 golden coins. Alright, I'm not doing that. Unfortunately, you have to. But, it is what it is. Instead of being forced to get the letters in the next 4 Robot Master stages, you should collect those and then get some kind of weapon or some kind of upgrade or something, okay? But you don't get anything. You don't get anything. Sometimes you have to go back and get them. That's if you're not good at the game, like me. But I think it's a dumb choice. So, moving on, some elements that was brought to the table was like environmental like interactions. Like there's a point in Napalm Man stage where you can put out fire with Toadman's weapon, you know, the rain, and it creates an alternate pathway. There's also interactables that are these drills in the stage where you have to ride on them to get to other parts. I think that's pretty cool. And of course we have other stuff like the rain pushing you back, and we have these platforms in Brightman stage that you have to jump on. You have to jump you have to jump up and down for them to move. Okay? And you have also these lowering platforms that while you're on them, they're lowering, so you kind of have to judge your height and get the timing right to jump. There's this really hard part getting the letter in Pharaoh Man stage where you have to jump in the air, summon Rush Coil on the next platform. You have to jump on the platform with Rush and get the letter before the platform goes away. Then you have to jump back on the platform right before it goes away to jump on the next one. That's really hard. And then there are these cannons, you know, these enemies that have the shield next to them. They're from Mega Man 5. You can stand on them to reach other platforms. I think that's pretty cool. So I believe that covers almost all the new stuff. Once we get to the Wily stages, they're pretty cool. Okay, instead of Wily having a castle this time, he has this humongous skull turret. I'll show you. And there's a cool cutscene too that I want to show you guys. Crystal Man stage. Oh yeah, Crystal Man stage has these tubes that like to go up and down, and they like to push you and stuff. So look at this. This is cool. So of course we get the Wily capsule, and then he's flying down somewhere into the woods. I like this. Okay, this is cool. The forest with the night sky and the gray clouds at the top. And we get this cool cutscene of Mega Man and the turret engaging in long-range shooting battles. I think that's cool, you know. Look at him, he's shooting, and he's actually doing damage to the turret. I like that. That's cool. We see him slide, like live action. Yeah. And then we gotta fight this. We have a lot of Wily sub bosses. Like you have to fight this satellite, and it's kind of difficult, but you get past it, and then you have the new Robot Masters. Okay, so look, Look. Oh yeah, and I want to show you Blade. I will. I will. So here's Blade, right? Here's another cutscene. We're just treated to a lot in this game. Okay? There's Blade. Okay? So we're going to go fight him, right? He's got his own theme. All right, this is Blade's theme originally. So that's all he does. He just jumps around and charges at you and shoots shrapnel. Okay? So you defeat him and you're thinking, "Oh man, that's it? That was really easy." But what we don't know is that he has a second form. All right, and it's even cooler. So check this out. Let's get to Blade here. That's a cool transition, honestly. And he has like shades now, and he's got horns, or like the horns on his helmet turn upwards, like animal horns. And the fight is much harder now. And you can only shoot him with the Mega Buster. So that makes it even harder. He doesn't have any kind of weakness. You have to use the Mega Buster. And you know, it's not that hard of a battle. And then he gives you the Blade Cracker. I'll get to the weapons shortly. Alright. But yeah, you get the Blade Cracker. And then the Wily turret is collapsing, and you have to shoot these missiles. And the best way to do that is to use the Blade Cracker, which which Punk's weapon has much more ammo. We are not given that much ammo for the Blade Cracker. All right. But this part of the level is so stressful. Like, the first time I ever played this, like, I had anxiety, I was stressed out, I was sweating, and the music is not helping either. Just fills you with this sense of urgency and danger. All right, but eventually we make it out, and then we're shut the fuck up. Okay, Pizza Hut's garbage, guys. All right, sorry guys. And so, of course, oh shit, Wily escaped to a spaceship, and Dr. Light is like, "Hey, buy some weapons before you go. Look at this spaceship." And we have another cutscene. This looks like General Grievous's invisible hand from Revenge of the Sith. This looks like his spaceship. All right? I don't know if George Lucas got any ideas, but if he did, this is almost a blueprint, I should say. And there's no cool music like the Water Fortress in the last game. It's just the same. It's just the same music for the turret. And, you know, we have to go through... Okay, so while we are on the spaceship, let's get into the weapons. Alright, actually before that, let's get into the Robot Masters. The first four, not the best selection. I mean, we have Pharaoh Man and Ring Man, which is cool. But then we have Toad Man and Bright Man, it's like whatever. And then the next set of Robot Masters is Napalm Man, Stone Man, Crystal Man, and Charge Man. Seriously? We could have had Gravity Man and Gyro Man, maybe Wave Man and Star Man, but instead, we have Charge Man and Stone Man? Like, are we serious? We could have had Gravity Man. Like, swap him out for Gravity Man and Gyro Man. Those are cooler, honestly. But, hey, whatever. So, getting into the weapons here. Bright Man's weapon is Bright Man's weapon. Toad Man's weapon is the same too. Pharaoh Man's weapon is good as well. Ring Man's weapon can actually grab items out of your reach. And they have E-tanks and other stuff hidden behind blocks. You just gotta get Ring Man's weapon and grab it. Alright? And the Ring Man weapon is inspiration for another weapon that will be in the next game. So, or that's just what I think. And so we have the Charge Kick, which is Charge Man's weapon. It actually works this time. It is actually a decent weapon. All right. Every now and then, when you hit a wall, yeah, you'll be standing in the enemy and you'll be taking damage. But if the enemy's weak enough, you can just slide right through them. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's decent. This freaking boss battle is so frustrating. But, alright, Stone Man's weapon actually works as well. Alright? It rotates a lot closer to you. And it actually does damage. Can you believe it? It actually works. Crystal Man's weapon is the same, and Napalm Man's weapon is the same useless crap. Alright? I never have to use it unless I'm fighting Stone Man. And so, with these bosses, I want to note that the Robot Masters are a lot harder. Once again, because the screen is smaller. So, that kind of adds to the difficulty here. So, that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but let's go to the final boss, which is cool. So, we have to go through, and these are really weird. Like, you have to fight this dude twice. I don't know why. This is like the big Susie of Mega Man 4. I didn't cover Big Susie in the last game, but it's this. It's the Susies from Cutman's stage. It's this giant. It's just giant little square Susie, and it's just unneeded. It's an unneeded boss battle, just like these little rock things. Just unneeded boss battles. All right. I like these little spinning gear things. I like that a lot. It adds to the background. So, let's get to the final boss here. And for the first time, we have the boss rush. All right, I'm the Robot Master boss rush, I should say. So once we get past that, we're at the final boss, and we're treated to another cutscene. I better not get an ad. I swear I'm gonna be so mad. So on top of Dr. Wily having the coolest spaceship ever, he also has this giant mech. And the music, of course, is just jamming. Alright? So the first phase is you just fighting, I guess, the midsection with his fists and stuff. This fight is actually hard. Like, forget what you're seeing. This is actually a hard fight. Alright? Like, I recommend you use the stone weapon. Because this is hard. If you don't have at least 3 E-tanks, then you're probably SOL. Alright, so that's over with. And now we have the harder version of this mech, and the screen just lowers to the head. I think that's pretty good. So the easy way to do this is to just use the Blade Cracker, and you got to dodge these like little energy balls coming out of the eyebrows. And then check this out. You have to... Okay, this guy doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to this part, but you have to spam the Mega Buster, and you have to get the timing exactly right, or he's just going to ram into you. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than that. You just have to get the timing right with the Mega Buster. This guy's just letting it happen. Anyway, so we're done with that, right? And then we get to the most idiotic part of this entire game, which is the final Wily Capsule fight. Alright? This is just dumb. So how this works is he's disappearing, right? And he's gonna spawn under you. And he's actually gonna take out the floor. He's gonna take out the floor. You have to jump out from under him. And guess what? Guess what? Let me pause this. If he spawns right under where Mega Man is, and he drops a bomb, first of all, you're dead. You are dead, unless you get the frame perfect reaction. You won't and you won't be able to progress to the next screen because you won't be able to jump there. The screen does not transition in enough time, so you're just dead if you're right here. I don't know. So let's just continue this. And you can use the Pharaoh shot because it's angled, but the best way to do this is just the Blade Cracker. And so while the screen is moving, you're moving, the Wily Capsule is moving to the next screen, you have to jump up while you're moving to the right, but you have to aim up to hit Dr. Wily. You can't do both. You can't do both. You can't aim up, and you can't go left. I mean left or right to shoot him. So this is just dumb. I don't care what you guys say. Like, you want to glaze this fight, go ahead, but just know that they handled the Wily Capsule much better in the original Mega Man 4. Sorry. This is just dumb. And for all that we've done, the 3 Wily phases, we just get a little victory tune, and Wily gets away again. So that's it. He just gets away in the stupidest way possible. And that's the game. That's Mega Man. Shut up. Serve? How about no? How about you serve me a sandwich? Alright, and that's the game. But we have one more cutscene. And this is the best cutscene in the game. Alright, so we have Mega Man trying to make his escape because Wily set off the alarm to self-destruct the ship. So of course, we're blasting through the walls, and then you can't shoot through this wall. And I'm saying to myself, Mega Man, you have so many tools and weapons at your disposal. But here's Blade, back from the dead. And we get dialogue. and he sacrifices his life to save Mega Man. This dude's the best. Ballade is the best out of the Mega Man killers. He's just the coolest. And say goodbye to the invisible hand. I call it the invisible doc, or the invisible doctor, or the invisible Wily. The Wily hand. I don't know. And so that's it. And I like these credits, or they're not really credits. It's just more cutscene, and it shows you the weakness of the Robot Masters. Because sometimes you don't know. You know, you think, well, in the original game, he was weak to the drill bomb. I don't know which weapon to use. So they tell you for next time. So that's pretty much it. Let's get to the tier list. Let's get to the tier list here. But I want to show you one last little... And that's it. Alright, let's really get to the tier list. Alright, so here we are. Come on, mouse. The Mega Man 4 just treats you to so much. Cutscenes and scenery. It's great. Alright, so where am I going to put this? Just going to keep it short and sweet. We're going to put it in A tier next to Mega Man 4. It's much better than Mega Man 3. I'm sorry. It's better than Mega Man 2, 3, and 5. All right, there's way more to it. We have more cutscenes. We have more story. We have a much cooler Mega Man killer. We have more dialogue. We have just cooler stuff, cooler ideas, like Wily's spaceship, like the mech, and the turret. Things like that are actually executed very well. Better weapons. Okay, better weapons than Mega Man 5. Weapons that are on par, almost on par with with the original Mega Man 4. Their weapons being actually better, in my opinion. We have more boss fights. We have more diverse levels. There's just and there's more to look at, right? The rotating Robot Masters level select with the art underneath. Good music too. I would say I would say actually that Mega Man World 3's soundtrack is better than Mega Man 4's, but it is what it is. Yeah, so it's A tier. You guys, I'm going to blow your socks off with the next ranking, but we're going to save that for next week or next time. And that's pretty much it. One thing I'm going to say is that there's a light right above me, so I don't have pale skin. It's just glowing. Because I'm glowing because my future's so bright. I gotta wear these shades. So, I don't have pale skin. It's the lighting. So, it is what it is. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm trying to get to the 30-minute mark. I hope you guys enjoyed. And with all that said, I will see you all next time back on the flip side. Peace out.